Today's lecture, I'm going to introduce to you more of the surface modeling tool. So we go to the surface modeling toolbar and click on it and expand it. Drag it out and dock it anywhere. We have already done extrude and one real sweep. So now let's try some other tools. The first one is surface from 3 or 4 corner points. Click on it. As you can see that at this point we can click on our screen pretty much everywhere, and then since it requires 3 or 4 corner points, so we click at least 3. Once we're done, we can press enter. So a surface will be generated for you. And then if we continue, we could also click on 4 different points. The last one we can actually choose maybe to click somewhere on the front view so that the surface that's generated is a 3-dimensional surface. And this is pretty straightforward. And the next tool is surface from 2, 3, or 4 edge curves. So by definition, it should have at least 2, but no more than 4 edge curves. So we could draw some curves before we select the tool. So using our curve line and draw maybe 1 curve. Press enter and press enter to repeat your command. We could probably snap to the end and then finish. Finish 4 curved lines. So as you can see, they're kind of on the same plane, so they're flat. So what we can do is we can select them and modify a little bit. Maybe I would like to select all the middle 4 points and go to my front view and drag them up. So once I'm done, I will press escape. So we sort of have a 3-dimensional curve lines, and then click on the tool and then select the curves, then the surface is generated for you. If we look at our perspective view, that we have a pretty interesting curvy surface. The next step is to look at the other options of, for example, maybe we could drag 2 of them away a little bit from each other and try and see if we can still generate a surface. Yeah, it looks like it's still working. It can generate a surface even the curved lines are not connected. So that's this tool, and just keep in mind you have to have at least 2 curves and no more than 4, and they should be single curves, they're not a polyline. So if you draw a polyline, and of course this one also has more than 4, and you try to use this command, it would not work. And the next one is a planar surface, which is very straightforward. It has to be flat, it has to be a plane. It cannot be, in this case, 3-dimensional. Maybe I'm going to do 8 sides polygon, and I type in 8 and press enter. Oh, sorry, I guess I have to select. So there's a, yeah, so click and select number of sides, and then you press on 8. Yeah, and if we want to, if we want to go horizontal only, we need to press on shift. Although this is not quite what we want, if we really like, we can probably rotate this and and snap again or press shift. So polygon. So with this polygon, we should be able to generate a planar surface. So we can generate a planar surface, and we can also generate some more interesting planar surface. I would copy the polygon that I just did, and then maybe draw 2 circles inside. Yeah, with all of this, we can continue and select all of them and click on planar surface, and then they could have a result like this. And the next one I'm going to introduce to you is loft. So I will save this one to my demo folder and then open my